It's Friday, it's the 24th of July. I'm about to start puzzle number 21, if I'm not mistaken. The one I am going to do today is this playful Mario puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces. And the square I want to use this one for is for the dark or moody square. So for the dark or moody square, I had a couple of options in my collection, not too many, because I think like most puzzlers, I also tend to avoid dark puzzles. And the one that made the short list to be considered was a Ravensburger. I think it's one of the, is it deserted places, or it's a very dark image with antique furniture, beautiful but very dark. So in the end, I'm very glad I went with the horse one because there were some colorful sections and the trees weren't that difficult at all. I only struggled a bit with the ground section on this puzzle. So the Ravensburger, I think, will be bumped up to the short list for next year or the year thereafter if there is another dark or moody square. So I think next year that one will get its turn. For my teammates, the one that we decided on was a 500-piece castle land. It's the one with the ships and with the options we had available to us. That's the closest we could get to dark or moody. And I think that image classifies as a moody image. In the end, the horse one went much faster than I expected. I dreaded doing that puzzle because I was convinced that I would work on it for 2 days. So I, in the end, felt like I scored a day when I finished that puzzle in a day's time. And I must say, there was absolutely zero glare on that image, on that puzzle. And I try not to do brand reviews during the Olympics because I want to focus mainly on the Olympics. But this is definitely a brand I will investigate further and buy more puzzles of if I can get my hands on them. So it is Saturday, it's the 25th of July. I'm about to start puzzle number 22 for the bingo card. It's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I was in the shops this morning, so I've got a very late start. So I will just be happy if I can get a head start on this puzzle. The one I am doing now is this pop art puzzle. It's by the brand Lawrence King Publishers, and this one is for the unique or unusual square. So the unique or unusual square is one that I struggled a bit more, because what is unique or unusual? For me, it's different from what it is for the next person. And I think this is a very wide idea, unique or unusual. So what is it exactly? So I struggled a bit, and during the month I purchased some new puzzles, and this pop art puzzle came across my path. Initially I wasn't too keen on it. It's not my usual type of image, and but when I saw it I immediately thought this is actually very perfect. The reason why, not only is there unusual items or images on this puzzle, for instance, the person that carries a shell with another person in it, and there's this animals with human face, and so there is unusual elements to this puzzle. But then again, that's also unique or unusual is that all these images refers to fine art. There's a lot of references, and for me, it's unusual to get so many famous fine art references on one image. So that in itself was unusual for me. So I went with that one. I don't know if everybody would consider this the perfect puzzle for the square, but with what I had and what I got, I'm happy I went with it. In the end, this puzzle was a breeze to assemble. It was so easy. I had lots of fun. For the team members, the puzzle that we chose for unique or unusual were the round Ebu puzzle with the unicorn. Again, with the options available to us, that's the only one we could make fit. Round puzzle in itself is rather unusual compared to the normal square puzzles. And then obviously the unicorn, which is also kind of unique in or unusual in the sense that it doesn't really exist. So it is Sunday, it's the 26th of July. I'm about to start puzzle number 23, which is the last 1,000 piece puzzle before I get to the 2,000 piece. The one I am going to do today is this Ravensburger, and this one is for the indoor square. One of my puzzle friends made a comment on a previous video that one of the squares, and I can't remember which square it was spoiled for choice. And when I got to this outdoor square, I was thinking the same thing. The square is definitely spoiled for choice. I could have gone with any of the puzzles in my collection. There is so many indoor puzzles that I could have gone with. The one I did last year or the year before, I can't remember, was the craft shed. That one was definitely on a previous bingo card, so I didn't consider it this time around. I did consider the writer's desk puzzle, and I had a bit of a struggle to choose between the two puzzles. In the end, I went with the bookshop one, and I'm glad. It's a beautiful image. I had so much fun with it. I absolutely love the artist's work. So it will be interesting to see what comes up next year and what I will choose for next year's indoor square if it is available on the next bingo card. Then for my team members, the puzzle that we chose with the 500-piece Castle Land, the attic, another busy image. They absolutely loved it, and I think all of them did it for the first row, the indoor. And so they were happy, and I were very happy with my choice. So it is Monday, it's the 27th of July. It is the last Monday for this round, and I've got one puzzle left. The one I chose for the last square is a 2,000-piece Heye puzzle, and this one, of course, for the seasons square. So for the season square, I could have done basically any flower puzzle for spring. I could have done any of the winter puzzles or snow puzzles for winter. I've got a huge selection of winter puzzles. So initially that was my thought for this puzzle. Also this month I got in a new cobble hill puzzle also with all 4 seasons represented on it. So for a minute there I was like, oh, I want to do the cobble hill. But then I decided this one should be done because it's been in my collection the longest between the two. The other 2,000-piece cobble hill will probably be done next year if it comes up again. But yeah, like I said, any of the winter puzzles in my collection could have worked. I'm actually happy that I didn't have to do a winter or Christmas puzzle, and that I had the opportunity to work in this 2,000-piece puzzle because all 4 seasons were represented on it. I thought it was just absolutely perfect. For my team members, the puzzle that we decided on with the Gibsons 500 piece with the flower arrangement, it screams spring. It's a beautiful image and a fun puzzle. That one could have also worked for me if I wanted to do more 500-piece puzzles. So on Tuesday, I had to stay late at work due to work obligations, and I did not have the opportunity to work on this puzzle at all. So I was very sad about that. But luckily, I still had Wednesday and Thursday evening as well as a full day on Friday. So this is Wednesday. I had about 3 hours to work on this puzzle, so I didn't get too much further, but I'm happy with the progress that I did make, as any progress is good progress, as always, especially on a big puzzle. So on Thursday evening, I barely started with this puzzle when the electricity went out, and immediately I went into panic mode because I knew at the point where I was at that moment, I would not be able to finish it on Friday. I needed to add a little bit of pieces to be able to get to a point where I know I can finish the puzzle on Friday. So it just felt like the universe were against me and I wasn't meant to finish this puzzle. And I decided to work with my flashlight and get as far as I can as long as the battery lasted. and then just do my absolute best for Friday. So it is Friday, it's the 31st of July, it's the last day of the Puzzle Olympics. I've got one more puzzle that I need to complete to be able to complete my bingo card. It's a 2,000-piece puzzle. I got more or less halfway. I guess there's 800 or 900 pieces left. So I've got a whole day ahead of me, so I believe there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to complete this puzzle today. But I will check in later and I will let you know how I did. So as you guys know, I absolutely love a cartoon puzzle. This one was a bit more tricky with the 4 trees, and the three of them had foliage and one was just branches. And even though there were birds in the trees, it made it a bit easier than it usually would have been without all that detail. But yeah, this took long, and I was panicking that I wouldn't finish it. So for a long minute there, I was like, oh, I hope I finish it. I had a 500 piece on backup, which were the wolves, the Castle Land wolves. So if I got to Friday afternoon and I saw that I was not going to make it, the plan was to quickly do the wolves puzzle for winter. But in the end, it turned out very nice and good. And once all the foliage were in, the rest of the puzzle went quite fast. So there were all over enough detail and color differences to be able to distinguish in which quarter the pieces must go. And it helped tremendously. In the end, I ended the puzzle around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was just before 2 on Friday. So I had more than enough time to take a picture and uploaded it to the Puzzle Olympics. All in all, very, very happy that I finished it and that I had the opportunity to assemble this puzzle that's been in my collection for years now. So for a hot minute there, I was terrified that I would not be able to complete this puzzle, but I did it. I'm so very, very happy. My bingo card is complete. It looks gorgeous. It's busy. It's colorful. I absolutely love it. I loved assembling every single puzzle on that bingo card. So with that, I would just like to take the opportunity to thank the organizers of the Puzzle Olympics and especially the volunteers. I know between puzzling every day and full-time job, I did not have spare time. So to add volunteering on top of that, I know your schedules had to be hectic. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this event possible. I really enjoy it. This is my absolute favorite puzzle time of the year. And that's thanks to you who is volunteering to make this possible. So I am going to take a little break, just a day or two, and the next video will be a haul. Again, I got behind between June and July, so it will be a double month haul, a little bigger one this time around. And then from the week thereafter, it will be back to normal puzzle reviews and artist reviews and brand reviews. So I will only get back to bingo cards next year. This time for December, I will definitely be on a more relaxed puzzle schedule for the Puzzle Olympics. So with that, also thank you to you, the viewers that watched all the videos and stood behind me to complete the bingo card. Your encouragement, I really appreciate it. You are the absolute best. And I appreciate you watching. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.